think we are live. I think we are live. Are we live? It says we're live. Hello, everybody. I apologize. Let me know. 22 in chat if you are able. I do apologize. So, if you notice, there's not a huge fan sound like the PSU and everything. Let me tell the Discord. Make sure you guys join the Discord. It is free. Link in the description. Get in here. Boom. I just told the Discord. Discord's growing, man. Shout out to the Discord. It is free right now. Got over, I think we got close to 300 members now. Look at that. I shouldn't say members. Members is a word for YouTube. Whatever. 300 people in the Discord. Pretty awesome. 22. What is up, everybody? Good to see all of you. So if you noticed, hold on. I have to give a shout out to the Future Gang, the people who watch after the fact, the people who are not able to make it live, the working class or the European or Australian, whatever it is. Shout out to my Future Gang. Hashtag Future if that's you. 33 if that's usually you. And you actually got to make a stream today. Hello, everybody. Thank you for throwing the Eevee and Umbreon links around. Hello, everybody. Okay. So like I said, if you noticed, there's no clicking sound. Where's the PSU? I threw that shit away. So anyways, it took me a while because I kept trying to turn my camera on, which the camera's fine. And I was like, man, what is going on? It won't connect. It's like StreamYard's like, can't find your camera. And then I was like, wait a minute. I swapped out my PSU. And when I swapped out the PSU, I unplugged all the cables, right? Because I had to like take the whole computer apart. Well, the PSU, but very tight fit, right? So I'd take all the cables out, swap them all out, blah, blah, blah. And I forgot to plug in the monitors yesterday, which I did remember this morning, but I forgot about the camera, the Cam Link. That's what it's called, Cam Link for my DSLR. So I apologize. We're a little bit later than we wanted to be. We broke 3,000 subscribers the other day, man. Let's talk about the store first. We're waiting for some people to get in here. We added so much stuff today, bro. Like, I gave a little tip off to the people who are members. Of course, that's what I said I would do for you guys. I give you guys like a little bit of time. You know what I mean? If you're on YouTube, make sure to go to my Discord. And if you are a member from the YouTube and you link it, we'll add you. If it doesn't, automatically add you, please let one of the mods know, and we'll get you your role. So added a bunch of stuff. We added the 4-pack. We already had the 5-pack for 151. We sold out on Astral Radiance. We got one of each of these, which is so cool to see. Build and Battle. I don't know if anybody actually opens these. Very hard to get these. Just a cool thing to have, but some people really collect these, man. So we got one of Brilliant Stars, one Lost Origin, and one Fusion Strike. They are pricey, but hey, you know what? It's also very hard to get. Of course, I still got this. Nobody really cares about that, but that's not new. We added a Pokemon Center today. A couple Pokemon Centers. So, you can look through the photos on your for yourself, see if it's something you want. There's a little ding right there on the corner. I zoom in. It looks worse than this. It looks worse than this picture. It looks like that in real life, but whatever. A little ding there. Little ding there. It's got some dings. We priced it accordingly for the dings. We just added this while I was right before the stream started. So Charizard. These things are actually rather pricey. I'm not sure why, but they're very expensive to buy. Maybe it's just the collectability. We added Chilling Rain. Feel free to look at all the pictures of that one. We sold out on Crown Zenith. I only had one. We had a buyout yesterday of all of these. There's one person, I wanted to ship your order today, and you will not respond to me. I emailed you and I text you multiple times. I would hate to cancel your order, but one of these has like a cut like right here on the cardboard, and I'm trying to make sure you want it before I send it to you. So Fusion Strike, look at that, dude. That's so dope. That's so dope, man. That's so cool. We added some first partners. I paid like $41, so I had to charge 50. It is what it is. Of course, we still got these. We added these today. These are pretty cool. Let's see. I just got this in a new collection. So yeah, Surging Sparks Twilight. Anybody who likes that, pretty affordable, $35. This one's expensive. This has a bunch of packs. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these before. It says 10 packs. I didn't know that. So I was like, I really don't want this, but I bought it off the guy. And after looking at it, I said, you know what? That's 5 Surging, 5 Twilight. By the way, for any of these things, if you're making an order, if you put in a note, it'll allow you to write a note. DJ, break this down. I will refund you the shipping if it saves us on shipping. It generally will get you a couple bucks back, but not for everybody's location. We still have the Journey Together case that nobody cares about. There's the Lost Origin. We sold one of those. And we got one more left. We added Mega Evolution. Man, I'm sorry. I paid really strong on these, so that's why the price is high. Of course, we got our Mega Dream. So we got the Build in Battle. What else is new today? We added these Kangaskhan. I think these Kangaskhan are undervalued, bro, to be honest. If you look at what you get, well, maybe not undervalued. I'll take that back. It's 1 Destin. I apologize. I thought it was 2 Destin. You get 1 Destin, 1 Mega Base, and 2 Journey. Okay, it's probably fairly priced. Never mind. I don't know why I thought that was double. We got 2 of these. I think this is the better one. I've never seen this product before. It's not bad at all. It's got the Mega Venusaur. So there's 2 different ones. There's Mega Venusaur, and then there's Venusaur. So it comes with 3 Destin, 1 or 2 Mega Base, and then what is that? It looks like 3 or 4. Look it up. I think it's 3 or 4 of the Journey Together. We've added a Paldea. Oh my God, I'm hiccuping. Excuse me. Paldea Ball booster box. Very clean. Very nice. And this rotates out tomorrow. You will never see that again. We added a Paldea Evolve, which cool. You know, look through the photos, make sure it's something you want. I added a bunch of photos. Got little minor scratches on here. Looks worse in the photo, but in an acrylic, I don't think you would notice. I think I put it 20 bucks under. We also got this, which is super cool. Paldean. Oh, I didn't even write the word Fates. Oops. So we got a whole bunch of goodies today that came in a collection. So yeah, a little ding there. This one's got some dings. Nothing crazy on this one, but please look through the photos before purchasing. I did not add the final Paldean Fates display because I really don't want to sell the last one, man. Like they rotate out tomorrow. Paradox Rift sold. This has not sold yet, surprisingly. Comes with the promo if you've ever seen this. Paldean Fates, again, rotates out tomorrow. I really don't have any wiggle room on that. I'm just going to let it sit. We just added some surprise boxes. I got some B tier Black Bolts. I have like 3 more than this. Did somebody just buy the Pokemon Center? I don't remember selling this. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Is that the one I have right here? Did somebody buy this? Did somebody just buy this? Or did I never put it in stock? I probably didn't put it in stock. There is a little ding right there, little slash. I don't know if it came from the factory. And then there was a itty bitty slash somewhere on the back. I don't remember. Somewhere on the back, there's a little one. You guys see all the photos, but did somebody just buy that? Let's see. Anyways, so what else? We got, of course, the Shroud of Fable. That's not new. Give me a moment. I'll read chat in a minute. We sold this Silver Tempest, which I'm so sad about, bro. Like I said, I'm buying a $47,000 collection Saturday, so I need funds, man, unfortunately. This was I'm not even showing the screen. This is by far the best Silver Tempest I've ever owned. Probably one of the cleanest I've ever owned. It sold today. I'm so sad. I honestly, minty fresh, bro. We got some B tier Twilights. We just added this Moltres today. It had a hole or something. It had something minor on it. Yeah, that little slit right there. So yeah, feel free. Make sure you guys look through the photos before buying. Silver Tempest just sold. I just added Snorlax. I added all this stuff right before the stream. Mewtwo boxes, Tempor Forces. That thing went up, man. We sold the Vivid Voltage today. Here's the other Venusaur. I think this is a good amount of packs. There's a lot of packs. Look at this, bro. 10 packs. Look at that. So it is expensive, but that's what the market is right now. You know, it's just 10 packs, man. It's a lot. So all types of stuff we got added. We still have this. Nobody really cares for. I think it's like 10 bucks under market. It's nothing crazy. It's a 6-pack. You get 6 posters of Gardevoir. So lots of things added today. So all right, let's catch up on chat now. Brandon saying something. I want that Pikachu Union box. I can come right now. Did you just order it? You always want to come when I'm streaming. Why do you never buy things when I'm not live? Every time I'm live. Brandon, he lives really close to me. Shout out to Brandon. He always buys something while I'm live and is like, I'll get it right now while you're streaming. Why don't you buy before I go live? Let's see. Nope, somebody already bought it. Yeah, sorry, bro. Somebody just bought it. Michael just bought it. Yeah. That's the only time I can catch you, man. Don't you have Instagram, Discord? You could reach out, bro. Join the Discord. Check. Hit me up anytime. Hit me up anytime. Or here. I got Instagram. I got Discord. There you go. That's how you can reach out. Absolutely. Let's see. All right, DJ. What are the dimensions to ship prismatic ETB case and ETB case and bundle case? Hit me up on either Instagram or Discord. I kind of forget off the top of my head. Let me see if I have it written down. ETB case. I don't want to steer you wrong. I have it written down as 18 by 18 by 9 for the ETB case. But 18 by 16 by 8 is what Oil Lizard is saying. I like 9. I like a little extra room, but yeah, you can go with one of those. There's necessarily no right or wrong answer. He gets a free meet and greet. I'm sorry, guys, if you had any questions, I missed it. I do apologize. There's a lot of people in here. We already got 65 people, so I appreciate all of you, man. Beautiful day today. So, man, the amount of collections we've been getting lately is crazy work. Like I said, we got a new collection I uploaded today. I think it's more than halfway sold out already, which is crazy. As soon as I list the stuff, it's gone. It's all good stuff. Let me show you this. I don't know how much of this sold. Like I said, the Pokemon Center just sold out. This came in today. Yeah, really nice stuff, man. Really, really awesome stuff. You got to check out the conditions on the store, of course. There's Pokemon Center Astral Radiance, Temporal Forces. Some heavy hitters came in today. Of course, we got our Sword and Shield, Chilling Reign. I think that one's pretty clean. Check out the photos. Something minor was wrong with the corner here. As you can see in the photos, feel free to look at that. You don't see too many of these. Paldean Fates, you will never get that again after tomorrow, which means it's out of print. Here you go. Boom, Paldea Evolve. I want to say that one was pretty clean. Just a couple like corner things. You know, any of the older stuff always going to have some corner damage. We just uploaded a Destin Rivals. Feel free to look at the photos on that. I do have 2 of these. So once that one sells, I'll upload the other one. And yeah, Saturday is going to be a huge day for us. So what I'm thinking right now, okay, we got a lot of churning and burning. Tons of churning and burning. Like I said, today we got a bunch of Sword and Shield and just stuff that's about to rotate out, which is awesome for the store. But Saturday's the big day. So who was here last weekend when I did a big sale? People seem to really like that platform. So I'm thinking about doing that again. So I'm thinking about either using this desk, moving this desk backwards. Let me know what you guys think about this. Not going downstairs this time. I would rather use my professional, microphone and camera, but I'm going to move this desk back. So you won't see my, excuse me. I'll have the desk here or whatever, back here, and then I'll have the items in front of me. How does that sound? So I'm thinking of having the items in front of me. Maybe my wife can help me out. Maybe she can hand me stuff. We could do like a big event. So like what we did last week, but like cooler. And this quality is way better than last quality, right? So having it all out, and I already have everything uploaded, and then I'll just hit launch on the site, and I'll be like, okay, guys, we got this, blah, 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 right? No, not in the garage, upstairs in this room. That way I can use my professional equipment, and you guys can see better, and we won't have a laptop webcam. And so I will say this. The $47,000 collection we're getting this Saturday, it is 100% booster boxes. Woo! I'm excited. I am excited. I'm very excited. I checked in with him like yesterday or the day before, and it looks like it's good to go. So let me see. I can tell you some of the things in it. I don't want to spoil all the surprises. Hopefully he's watching this and says we're still good. It sounds like we're still good, but let me just check out a couple of the things. I did give the YouTube members a heads up on some of the collection, but give me one moment. So we're going to have this Saturday. Okay. I'm supposed to meet him in the morning. So cut me some slack. Hopefully Saturday night. I am hoping, do not hold me to it. It's a lot to input. This is $47,000 worth of Pokemon. Okay. So I'm going to do my best to do the stream Saturday night. It's going to be 12 Lost Origin booster boxes. Woo-hoo, 12, baby. 6 Brilliant Stars booster boxes. Again, this entire collection is only booster boxes. 6 Paldea Evolve. 5 Phantasmal Flames. 6 Astral Radiance. 2 Obsidian Flames. Again, all booster boxes. 8 Twilight Masquerade. 4 Stellar Crown. And I'm not going to keep telling you. There's Sword and Shield mixed in there. Some more. There's a little bit of booster box from Japanese, but everything is 100%. Oh, Surging Sparks, 6 of those. Yes, sir. It's going to be a big stream. So, guys and girls, I'm telling you, Saturday is going to be a fun one. Saturday's going to be a fun one. And then after that, so business is crazy right now, bro. Like, business is crazy right now. So, like I said, we just got a collection today. I uploaded most of it. Feel free to look around at see what you kind of like and don't like. And then I'm working on the back end of a different collection that we bought. And then I'm getting the one Saturday. And then I'm in talks with another person for a $40,000 collection. And there's somebody else I'm talking around the 30,000. So kind of the plan is, take the sales of this stuff, work it towards the one Saturday, which I've been doing. Take the one Saturday. Hopefully I can sell that in like a week. 2 weeks would be really slow. I'm hoping to sell it all in a week though. Take those funds, take the money that we earn off of that, and then buy between 1 and 2 more collections. So right now, like I said, we're about 3 collections ahead. And I'm hoping to get to the point after this $47,000 one and these ones that we're selling right now to where we can get $60,000 collection. Again, a lot of things have to go right, so don't hold me to it or anything. But I'm trying to keep stepping it up a little bit more, right? And then we just get a little bit closer to an $80,000 collection, and you know what I mean. We just keep rinsing and repeating, and then hopefully land a bigger collection than that. That's what we're doing. We're turning and burning. We're trying to roll it into the next bigger collection and just keep doing that over and over. So, it is a very long process. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of going to USPS and UPS and packing. And, I'm trying to do it in between work. So, we do it as much as we can. I'm a one-man show here, so I'm doing my best. All right. If you guys got any questions, I appreciate a stop sign or multiple question marks or something. When you buy collections like that, how do you pay? Cash or transfer? I like wire transfers. A lot of people don't like wire transfers because they like to do things not the right way. I do things 100% legal, 100% the right way. So the main reason I do that, like, do I really want to pay taxes? Hell no. Who does? However, one day you're going to want to buy a house with the money. One day you're going to want to buy a car with the money. And you're going to have a lot of explaining to do if you've not been doing it the legal way. You can be a vendor. You can do things as a side hustle, all that stuff. The problem is when you go out to buy something big, you understand? And I'm not talking about 10,000, 20, you can probably argue that to the IRS. But one day, years from now, maybe I want to buy a house, cash, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Maybe you want to buy a warehouse, cash for your business, right? I won't be able to explain that. And that's why I go the legal way from the beginning. It sucks. Sure. It is terrible. Yes. Paying taxes sucks. But going the legal way is the best way. You pay your taxes and you can always sleep at night. It's the people who are making buku bucks that they're going to have to answer to the IRS one day if they make a big purchase. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we pay a little bit more than we want to in taxes and do all the fun stuff. But, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it, 100%. So, hey, that's the way we're doing it. Yeah. But I like to do wire. I like to do wire. It's the best way, but a lot of people really don't want wire. I get it. They're not going the legal route. I'm not here to judge. Need more Ascended Heroes videos? I just made one today. It's funny right now. It's funny you mentioned that. Need more Ascended Heroes videos. I made Ascended Heroes video yesterday. I put Ascended Heroes in the title today. Doing fantastic. Oh, Tragic. Appreciate you, Tragic. Ascended Heroes is the talk of the town, blah, blah, blah. It's unfortunate because if you say what you actually want to say in the title, nobody's going to watch it. But if you throw Ascended Heroes and then say what you want to say, everybody will watch it. It is what it is. It's the market, right? Rudy does the same thing. Rudy knows what he's doing, right? He'll put Pokemon market crash or Pokemon market collapse, but then he'll pitch Magic because he knows nobody gives a shit about that Magic stuff, right? But he knows everybody cares about Pokemon right now. So, like, I get it, would you dangle the small collections you pass to members? I don't understand what you mean by dangle. Would you dangle the small collections you pass to members? I'm not sure what that means. Need more. When you buy collections like that, how do you pay? I think I answered that. Unfortunately, I can't do Zelle. My bank offers Zelle if you're a regular member. And unfortunately, I have a business account and they do not offer Zelle for business accounts. Apparently, the reason is there was a bunch of fraud, blah, blah, blah. It's really annoying. I wish my business, having a business account is awful, I have to say. The amount of freedom that you get and perks you get, at least at this particular bank, for being a normal person is so much better. So it sucks, man. It sucks. I can't even use the app. It's disabled for business accounts. So annoying, bro. And I pay crazy fees when I use my card on certain platforms just because it's a business card. Seriously, like if I use a debit card or a credit card, that's not my business one. Let's say I'm buying something for $4,000. I just pay $4,000. If I use my business card, my debit card, I have to pay an additional like $200 to $300 because it's a business account. It very annoying, bro. I've only been buying for 5 weeks. Did I get in at the right time or wrong time? My 8,500 spent is showing 13,500 in value. Hey, I mean, you're up. Like what? I don't know. What's the question, bro? You're up money. I mean, you got in and you're up money. I don't know. Hey, you up thousands of dollars in 5 weeks. Good for you, man. You know, just don't ride the gains on the way down. That's all I'd say. Need more S&M and Sword and Shield videos. Nobody cares about Sword and Shield, bro. Right now. I'm not saying they don't in the future, but right now, nobody cares. Oh, Sun and Moon. I'm sorry. Sun and Moon. Definitely nobody cares about Sun and Moon. I'm sorry. Nobody gives a shit about Sun and Moon right now. And way less. Yeah. Yeah. Sun and Moon is like, it's a dead topic on YouTube, unfortunately. I would love to talk more about Sword and Shield, but nobody watches those videos, man. Like, I get it. The old people do, but there's only so many old people, unfortunately. Bank of America Biz Advantage accounts are great. Oh, I don't use them. I've already read that question. Recommend or pass details to members to try and pick up for collections you pass on. Oh, I've never considered that, honestly, because there's a lot of liability. It's just like, you know, I've had requests, DJ, can we do buy, sell, trade in your Discord? No. If you do that between two members in a DM, that has nothing to do with me. I will have no responsibility. I would also feel guilty, even though it has nothing to do with me. If somebody got scammed, let's be honest, it's the internet. There's hundreds of thousands of people trying to scam, and they're going to pretend to be one of the members of the Discord. And then they're going to be like, well, I got scammed in DJ's Discord. No, I want zero responsibility. If I pass on a collection and, you know, it ends up going wrong for somebody, like, and you get scammed, I don't want anything to do with that. No, I don't want anything to do with buy, sell, trade in the Discord, to be honest. Wrong time, bro. It's all going to zero. Yeah, it's all going to zero. Sell it to me, 50%. My bank doesn't like Zelle at all. I can do Cash App or Venmo, PayPal, but Zelle, yeah. Zelle, apparently there's a lot of fraud, apparently. DJ, how do you verify the legitimacy of your sealed cases? Oh, that's a really good question. I only buy from 100% legit people. That's it. I pay a premium. As you guys know, as I've been saying, do I like paying full market from these distros? No. But you either got to pay really close to it, or I only buy from very trusted sources. So again, I'm not going to put all the details of none of your guys' business, but I buy from a guy who buys from his distro. And we pay up, or I pay up for it. That's the bottom line. It's coming straight from distro. All the cases that I'm buying. Or every now and then, but it's super rare, you might find something on like a Safari Zone. Full disclosure, I never see them on Safari Zone, except for today. Apparently, they had cases for like 1,800, I think, or 1,900, but apparently it sold out in like 2 seconds. You know, I only use very trusted sources. I'm not buying cases off strays. I'm not buying cases off people on Facebook or my viewers. Nah, I'm just not. No, I would have to really know them, because I'm the type of guy, bro, all day, every day, I will pay up. If it means it's legit, here's the thing. Who talked about this today? Somebody talked about this today. Oh, Mitch. Do you guys know Mitch? He was live streaming for his Pokemon Center video. And yeah, we were talking about that. He says the same thing. He agrees with me. I would rather pay full market and get from a legitimate source than to look for a discount, get it for $200, $300, $400 off from someone else. And it's sketchy. It's off Facebook. It's from a Discord. It's from Instagram. No, fuck that. If I don't trust them, like, no, I'm going to pay up, because you got to think. If you pay, what's the market for prismatic ETB cases right now? Like 2,100, maybe 22, depending on when you look, right? If I buy that full market, 2,200, I don't give a shit 5 years from now, 3 years from now, when that thing's worth 4, 5, 6K that I paid 2,200 instead of, 1,900. And then when it's time to sell it, you find out it's fake, right? Because you were a cheap ass. You wanted to save a buck. You wanted to penny pinch. Oh, I could find it off this sketchy guy. I could. There's a reason they're selling it cheap, bro. The good stuff you could sell for full market, no problem. Guarantee. Go ahead and put a Prismatic Evolution case up for sale for full market. Gone like that. Okay? It doesn't make sense. Why would somebody sell it for 300, 400, 500 bucks under market? Those are the questions that go through my mind. Ascended Heroes right now. If somebody's selling it to you for a deal, unless you really know them, that's different. Or it's, a trusted website or trusted source. I get it. But people on Facebook, why would they sell that to you for a deal? People will pay full market for Ascended Heroes ETB cases right now. It wouldn't make sense, right? If the deal's too good to be true, it probably is. That's what I've learned in life. So I don't take that risk. I don't take that gamble. We make sure good sources only. Question. I know you dislike ancillary products. Would you take Crown Zenith tins? Honestly, no. I am so tired of having ancillary products, bro. It is so much work. It really is, man. Like, they don't sell. They sit around. If you gave them to me for dirt cheap, I would. Other than that, no. Because you got to understand. In this market, like I said, guys, I'm getting offered an insane amount of collections for 80%. Good stuff. Really good stuff. So it just wouldn't make sense for me to pay 80% for a Crown Zenith tin. You know what I'm saying? I could literally go get a booster box for that right now in this market. So, market's changing. Last month I couldn't. This month I can, right? So no, I wouldn't. If you gave it to me for like 70%, I would. It'll literally sit on my store probably for the next 2 months. Is that a good deal for you? No, 70% is not a good deal. I'm just saying, I just know in this market, I could buy Prismatic, I could buy Ascended, I could buy certain things from Sword and Shield other than a tin that will sell in 20 seconds. So I don't want to put my funds into dead money. That's just what it is for me. New people can't afford Sun and Moon. All right, thank you for using the stop sign. When starting out, at what step do you start the LLC business, or do you start a sole proprietary until you generate a certain amount? Pokeanese talked about this, made a lot of videos about this. There's people who are way more knowledgeable than me. Please watch those. Also talk to a CPA. That's the number one thing. There's no necessarily right or wrong answer. You could just be a sole proprietary. I'm going to be honest with you. Even having an LLC, you need to at least know what an LLC is. Like, what is it? What does it stand for? Tell me what it stands for, right? Basically, you're just getting rid of the liabilities. You're also getting an EIN. But do you need that? Most people don't need that. Some people do, right? And then some people also become an S Corp. So LLC, S Corp. I have not done that. My accountant's been suggesting that. So maybe I'll start doing that. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Just him and I. But even when you are an LLC like me, since I'm the only person in it, when you file your taxes, you still file your regular taxes. And then you attach what's called a Schedule C to it. So basically, normal taxes that you would do for if your name's DJ, then you do it for DJ as a person. And then you just attach a Schedule C, which is your LLC anyway. So really, you're still doing it as a sole proprietor, but your business is like attached to it. So you don't have to do it. You got to make sure it's right for you. Safari Zone had sealed case ETB for $1,700, no tax. How much were they charged on shipping? Which shipping's no problem at that price. Aldean, but yeah, apparently, no, I didn't buy it. No, it sold out in 2 seconds. I don't think they had a big supply at all. No, my friend told me about it. But by the time I looked, it was already sold out. They must have had a really low supply. But at that price, $1,700, of course, everybody's going to buy it, bro. That's cheap. $1,700 is way too cheap. I'm not sure why they sold it so cheap. They could have sold it for $1,900. It would have sold out just as fast. But hey, I guess I don't know. That was really nice of them, I guess. I bought a dozen Sword and Shield cases from Rudy last year just because I know the source is bulletproof. Authenticity guaranteed is important. Hence why sealed authenticity is emerging. Peep Rusty's recent video. I did see that. So I forget the box that he got verified. I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting thing. I don't really dabble into that old stuff to where I have to worry too much about it. I'm not sure if they're doing cases or if they're just doing open booster boxes and ETBs and stuff. It's interesting. I wonder how much it's going to cost. Would you send something that costs like a Silver Tempest? Like, I think that's $480, $460 range. Would you send that to get authenticated? Probably not. I'm assuming it's like $100 or $200 service. But for the more pricey stuff, I could definitely see a market for that. And um, the only issue that I'm seeing right now, and that bothers me about that company, I don't know who that is. That could just be because I'm an idiot, but if and when PSA comes around, what are you going to want? Are you going to want the PSA verification? Because if PSA sees a market for it, I guarantee you PSA is going to do it, right? Again, I don't know the name of the company. I saw it. But if PSA can get a buck out of it for putting a little sticker on there, they're going to start doing that. And so, just like with graded cards, what do you want? Do you want the PSA or do you want the tag? If you like money, you go with PSA. If you just want to kumbaya and say, fuck PSA, of course, you go for tag, you go for CGC and all that. But if you like money, you go with PSA. I think it'll be the same thing, right? Right now, it's pretty cool. It's like, yeah, I got it authenticated. But if and when long term, you're not going to want it authenticated by some other company. You're going to want that thing authenticated by PSA. Whether you like the company or not, money's money. And I think it'll hold a lot more value. So if I was in that situation, I personally would be looking to probably wait for PSA to authenticate things. But who knows? Maybe in the short to midterm, make a lot of money off it. But I'm telling you, if that thing blows up, PSA is gonna profit. There were some prismatic cases, TCGP around 1750 last night. Nice. I'm buying Ascended Heroes ETBs for $21. Y'all don't believe me though. I tried telling y'all, but everyone brushes it off. Did you? That sounds, brother. Get scammed, buddy. Go get scammed. That's under distro price. Where in the world would you possibly get Ascended Heroes authentic English for $21? Under distro price. Under store price. Okay. All right now. In your opinion, what is the risk to Ascended Heroes value long term with the new printing facilities capability? Listen, it is hard for me to comment on the printing facilities, right? Because I don't have any inside information. I'm just a guy who streams and talks to you guys every day. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm running a very small business right now. And that's honestly like all I know. So sure, I can guess into the wind if you guys want. Oh shit, my friend just pulled a Gengar. Yo, shout out to my boy Chris. Yo, he just pulled the Gengar in English. Congrats, Chris, if you're watching this. Hell yeah, Chris. Good job. When does it rotate out? Like 2028 or is it 2029? I can't remember. I look at it like prismatic at that point. If the facility was coming on this year, okay, we're going to see the price crash. If it comes out next year in like a heavy way, okay, we could definitely see like the prismatic effect. If it comes out and starts doing meaningful prints in 2028, it'll be so deep into Ascended Heroes by then. Sure, it'll make the price come down. It really could. It could do a bunch of damage, but it'd be so late at Ascended Heroes at that time. It really depends when they're actually going to do meaningful reprints. I don't know, man. I really don't try to predict the future. If you like the set, if you believe in the set, just buy it. Keep it sealed. Just buy it. It'll be fine. Don't try to predict the future. It's not going to matter in the long run, right? That's what Rudy always says. So I'm going to go with what Rudy says. Last stream, you said you prefer booster box and ETB. Are bundles not preferred? It depends on the set. So this collection and the collection before, I've been getting a bunch of bundles, but a lot of them aren't selling. I'm getting Mega Evolution base bundles. They don't sell. It just depends on the set. It really does. 151 is not selling at all. Any product. Nobody wants 151, which I think is a huge mistake. People will want it, especially considering you'll never get it again. It rotates out literally tomorrow. That's it. It's done. Not saying there won't be a warehouse full somewhere, but whatever. Yeah, it really depends on the set, to be honest with you. Bundles are just... Yeah, if you're selling me prismatic bundles, yeah, for sure, right? Those will sell. My Paldean Fates is sitting. There's only a select few sets that are selling. Destined Rivals will sell. It just depends. It's a great product, but I have to ask myself, it's not about do I like it? Do I think it's a good product? What is selling? And again, the buy and sell list for me changes all the time. The percentage changes all the time, week by week. At this point, sometimes it's day by day. People want different things at different times in the market. And the hot stuff right now literally is Ascended, Prismatic, Destined, and some certain things from Sword and Shield. Other than that, it's going to sit. Oh, Phantasmal Flames too. Phantasmal Flames. Other than that, in this market today, 9 April, that is what's hot. That's what people want. I don't control the market. So I would rather wait for the right collection to come to me that's going to have those things rather than, okay, yeah, sure, I'll buy some more Journey Together mixed in. I'll buy your ancillary product, and it'll just sit around, right? It'll just sit, and it's just not a good fit. You know what I mean? So I got to do what's best for the business. Question. Have you ever had a sealed case that was damaged at the point you had break the seal and ETBs and tears and holes in them? Has that happened? Yeah, I've had a couple cases where I've opened, I think with the Lost Origin ETBs, I opened that. I opened the, what is it called? What's the booster box case we opened recently? Oh my God, Battle Styles. We opened that one up. Those were all fine. Thank you. Those are all minty. The Lost Origin ETB case, 2 of them had a tear. So I discounted those a little bit. It happens, right? Every time, not every time. You guys would be surprised, man. Minty is actually way more rare than you think. You can open a brand new sealed case, and statistically, 1 to 3 of them are going to have issues. I've seen some people open a brand new case and 5 of them had holes or tears. It happens, right? It happens. It's not because it got damaged. That's how they made them. You know what I mean? So this is why there's the minty premium, Why would we care, dude? We don't even believe you. Wait, talking about the $21? Tell us, explain yourself, Kevin. I'm not scammed. I'll show you the receipts in next episode. You can update. Just tell us. I've been ripped. I pulled tips and sold them to vendors at a card show. I've been ripped. I pulled hits and sold. Okay. All right. Let's see. Pulled it out of a poster collection, says my boy Chris. Nice. Dude, congrats. Good for you, man. You guys know I opened an ETB today. If you're in my Discord, you know what I'm talking about. I opened this ETB today. And let me show you the pulls. Worst pulls probably in my life. Look at this. I didn't even sleeve it. Look at this. Badoo. Look at this. Badoo's the hit. And then 2 EXs. $140 ETB. Isn't that crazy? $140 ETB. Everybody in chat say, thank you, DJ, for not selling us that ETB. These were the hits. I got back about $4 to $5. Isn't that crazy? It just had like some really big tears. And I was like, you know what? I really don't feel like putting this on the site. And it was sad, man. It was super sad. But yo, congrats on that Gengar, bro. That's awesome. You are having so much luck, Chris. You and Rick have so much luck. I have the worst luck. I just like it's kind of good that I have bad luck because it encourages me not to open packs. I love opening packs. Low key, I am addicted to opening packs, but I just don't get anything good. Like everybody gets these top chase cards, all these hits, and I just don't get anything, bro. I just don't. So like my neighbors get so much, man. They be getting crazy shit, and I'm just like, damn. Me and the kids don't get anything, bro. We just get bent over. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Have any thoughts when the print happens for your sealed product? Just curious. And Sword and Shield sat so long. Now we have multiple print cycle. When the print happened, you talking about the printing facility? I've already answered this question, dude. We don't know anything about the printing facility. I don't know. I'm not qualified to discuss this topic at all. I don't worry about it. I don't think about it. Listen, you got to live day by day, week by week, month by month. I'm not scared and petrified. Oh my God, years from now, the printing facility, it's coming. It's coming, guys. Like, I don't know. If and when that happens, I encourage reprints. I love reprints. Do you think I enjoy having 2 or 3 of an item? It sucks. I would much rather have 20 of an item. I would much rather, buy Prismatic right now for $150, which we have been. I love that. Guys, reach out. Especially if you've got steel cases of Prismatic, sell them in bulk. I need 100. I need 50. I need big orders. Right now, I've been sending 4, 5, 6. That's nice. I appreciate it. But I need mass quantity of these things. I encourage the printers. The more they print, the more I get. The more we can sell. The more you get. This is good for everybody. So I encourage it, man. And here's the thing. With the good sets, after it's done printing, it won't matter, right? So every time they print, be excited. It's a good thing. Yes. That's what I said when I heard Prismatic was coming to GameStop and Walmart. Yes. More opportunities. It's a discount. You buy the dip. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I encourage it. I hope things get printed because that means more cases for me, more product for you, more, everybody wins. It's a win-win. So no, I don't worry about it at all, man. I encourage it. DM me and check my sealed collection. Okay. I'm over here selling off modern, buying ET. Okay. I was really just looking for how you got it for 28 bucks. Does your wife ever get tired of hearing about Pokemon? Oh, I don't talk to my wife about Pokemon. She don't care, man. My wife's cool. She don't care. She's not interested in Pokemon, and she's a very girly girl, like, more into like, fashion and makeup and that kind of stuff. She's very girly. We're complete opposites, but we get along just great. So she's not interested, man. She wouldn't care about Pokemon. DJ, if you asked 100 people which set has the biggest hit, Prismatic versus Ascend a Hero, who win? If I asked 100 people which set has the biggest hit, I mean, if they're intelligent, they would say Prismatic. It's just obvious. You got Umbreon, which, if you're talking value, or the God Pack, God forbid the God Pack, obviously Prismatic from a dollar value wins all day. Now, you could argue, which do you prefer? That's a different question. But at the moment, it's not even debatable. It's certainly Prismatic. Some of your Prismatic ETB case for 2K. I just sold one yesterday, first edition for 2150. So yeah, 2K. Is that even market? Let me see. Prismatic ETB. That was a first edition, man. I probably should have held it, but like I said, I got to buy some other collections and move the funds. But hey, first edition, you got to put a premium on that, bro. Ain't getting those again. Yeah, market right now is 2050. Says last sold's 1828. Let's see. Get one for 18 right now. Wow, market came down a little bit. Again, I don't buy off TCG. I don't trust TCG personally. They never double box my stuff. Not saying that all people are bad. Just my experience has been negative. But hey. Kevin says 2118 to be exact. You're getting, yeah. Want to buy Phantasmal at 400. Oh, tons of people. I put a Phantasmal Flames booster box yesterday, or was the day before, for 400. Sold out in probably 30 seconds or less. Here's the thing, guys. You need to learn about the market. I know a lot of people, and this is good on you. You should, I always agree, look for a deal. Great job, right? You have to understand. There are probably hundreds of thousands of people who are not looking for a deal. That's the thing. It is what it is. At least tens of thousands that are paying full market because they can look beyond today. A lot of people look at the price today. They say, Prismatic ETB case is 1,800. Well, I don't want to pay 1,800. That seems expensive. Let me go find it for 16. And they be a cheap ass. And they look around and they hunt. And then it goes from 1,800 to 1,900. And you're like, shit, I could have got it for 18. Okay, all right, well, it's 19. I could surely find it for 1,740. I could find it for 17. And then it goes to 2,000. Right? But you have to understand there's tens of thousands of people that are like, oh, it's only 17? That's full market? Cheap, they buy. Those are the winners in this market. I'm not saying long term. I don't know what long term is going to happen. Maybe they'll be the losers. But I'm just saying this is what's happening right now. That's the market we're in. People are not being a cheap ass right now. You need to understand, man. It is what it is. Call it euphoria. Call it idiocracy. I get it. But I'm just explaining what I'm seeing. That's just what it is, DJ, should I get an acrylic case for my cases of ETBs and then an acrylic case for my house? What? Or house? So the acrylic case for my cases are safe? What the hell? Yes. Yeah, fuck it. Do it. Get one for your house. First edition? Whoa! No, first edition has a big premium. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? First edition is important. No, he don't know. He don't know, chat. Let Tony know. Let's see if I have any first editions laying around. I don't think I do. I probably do in the other room. Yeah, in the other room I have first editions, but no, do not be fooled. Do not be fooled. You don't think years from now people are going to want the first edition? You're crazy. What would make Pokemon the only place in the world that doesn't care about first edition? Look at vintage first edition. Everybody loves first edition. Oh no, I respectfully disagree with that. 100%. People, let me show you an example. The Prism, I'll just, let's look at it. You don't think people care about that kind of stuff? Then look up the Dollar General variant. ETB. You would think people don't like this. This is more expensive than the regular. Last sold $220. The Dollar General goes for more than the regular ETB because this is a variant. What is the difference between this and a regular one? Nothing until you look at this corner. Now, to me, is it stupid? Yes. Is it ugly? Yes. But guess what? A lot of people, a ton of people will pay a premium because it is a little bit different. Look at the price. This is fact. This is not feeling. These are selling. Well, 7 yesterday, excuse me, right? It is what it is. You don't think people are paying up for the freaking first edition, but they're paying up for a sticker that looks ugly and says $40? My case is proven. I'm telling you, there's huge premiums in these things, man. Do you carry an umbrella insurance policy to cover fire, flood, theft of your collection? I don't have a collection right now. Technically, I've been churning and burning it. I got some insurance. ETBs are fine. It's just the case is stained with DJ, you're killing me. You're killing yourself. Is there even a way to tell an individual ETB is first edition? No. I don't know about that. There might be. I think with Fusion Strike you could actually, but don't quote me on that. I'm talking about the cases. Okay, so I'll show you. A lot of people are curious on this. All right, hang on. Hang on. Here we go. I got lucky. So somebody sent me a case with this collection. Shout out to my guy, Omar, bro. Omar, you're a real one. I love you to death. I don't know if you're watching this right now. Look at this. What's this say? Not for retail before January 26, 2024. You see that? That's how you know if you have a first edition or not. Okay? Not for retail before January, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Perfect example. Let me show you another one. This is not a first edition. This is a Journey Together booster bundle case. And notice here how it does not say a date, which means this is what? Dio says not first edition, stop the cap. Okay. So you're going to tell a non-TCG that the information he's been putting out is wrong. That's fine. I'm not here to debate. It's not even up for discussion. Why do the first ones come with a date? Use your brain. Why do you think it says not for resale before a current date? Because it's the first one ever made. All Pokemon product is no edition. That is cap. That is factually dishonest. They are not allowed to sell a certain product before a certain date, right? The release date, which means what for that particular batch? My kids just got home. Let me close the door. I'm streaming. Love you. If a product is not to be sold early and only the first batch says a certain date, what does that mean? It's the first edition. And after that, it is considered a reprint. Yes, Evolving Skies changed card codes and new print QR code. Yeah, I remember, don't quote me on this, I want to say on the back of the ETBs for Fusion Strike, somebody told me at a show, I don't know if this was true, but I remember, yeah, it was Evolving Skies. Yeah, it was Evolving Skies. It either had a stamp or didn't have a stamp on the back of the ETB. I didn't end up buying that one, but that's what the guy told me. Again, please fact check that. I'm not saying it is. I say I want to believe. Mimic Bruce says, please stop saying first edition. Then what would you consider it? First print? It's definitely first print. Because there's a difference between the first one and the second one. You call it what you want. You call it what you want. First print. Oh my God. We are arguing at this point. The verbiage at this point. This is crazy. Y'all sound like my wife. You got to get the exact verbiage correct. Well, DJ, you actually, you knew exactly what you were talking about, but the end word was a little wrong. Come on, y'all. Schematics, tomato. Y'all know what I'm saying. Come on now. You're being petty. Don't be petty. The point is, if you got a first print, it's going to have a premium over the second print or beyond. That's all I'm arguing. That's all I'm arguing. Schematics, tomato. All right. Some people say aluminum. Some people say aluminium. All right. Angry says, no, he's right. Early Pokemon did say first print on the card. Then they stopped doing it. So it's kind of disingenuous to say first print. Okay. I can't argue that, to be honest. Oh, that's a cool name. Yeah, shout out to Chris for pulling the freaking Gengar. Oh, Dio. Oh, you must be really fun at parties. By the way, I love you. Thank you for being here. By the way, Dio, I see you all the time. You must be really fun. Oh, semantics. I'm so sorry. Did I say schematics? I'm so sorry. Thank you. All right. You must be really fun at parties. Like the hall monitor that like corrects you on the verbiage. You guys get the point, man. Come on. You're being petty at this point. You're being petty. Anyways, what questions you got? What do you guys want to discuss? The only ETBs with Pokeball wrap, says Kevin. Sword and Shield base had the best first print ever with Pokeball wrap. So today, what did we get? It's downstairs. I'm so sorry. It's downstairs. We got a Vivid Voltage booster box. Somebody bought it really quick. That was awesome. Are you selling any unlimited Ascended ETB? Unlimited? What's up, Ern? How you doing, buddy? I was just watching your video. Unlimited. I don't know what that is. Maybe you're being facetious. Pokemon versus Pokemon. Read my next comment, bro. All right, I'll wait for your next one. Why are you so bearish, bro? Why are you so bearish, bro? I always see you being bearish, man. He said, got him. You're so bearish. Why are you so bearish? Are you, I would love to do a video shoot when you get a chance. Let me know. Let's schedule something. Let's do something, bro. I would love to chat with you. I enjoy your videos. What time will I get outdone by bots on Walmart? I wouldn't even try for Walmart tonight. Apparently, allegedly, the quantity is 1,000 tonight, just like yesterday. Listen, if it's under 100,000, honestly, even 100,000, you probably don't have a chance. None of us do. But if it's 1,000, come on, it's not even worth the time sitting there for 3 hours or 2 hours, and it tells you you're still in queue, but you're really not. Dog, I just bought 100 prismatic ETBs. Leave me be. You know what this reminds me of? My boy Dan. You guys know Dan. I did a stream with him. I love Dan, Catch 'em All Collectibles. He says this. I'm kind of ruining the words. I'm not paraphrasing this properly, but he says like he comes off as a fence sitter, which he admits he is, but he's very bullish. So like, I guess to like leave the possibility of it all crashing. We got to discuss this, Ern. We got to talk sometime. Oh, you just bought 100 prismatic. Dude, I'm trying to buy 100 prismatic. It's crazy. I offered, what'd I say? 90%. 92% shipped. Like, dude, I don't know. I've only got like 20 so far. I'm paying almost full freaking market. Yeah, I don't know. Now, there are some sketchy people on Facebook I could use, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Walmart is the worst. I actually get Target drops. Pogo is going. Actually, I'm supposed to be getting some Pokemon Go, like the Pokeballs. They're kind of expensive, actually, because they just say Pokemon Go on them. Oh my God, dude. I left you 2 comments in a row up there. You said, no. Since you want, hold on, Mimic Brew. You're my homie. I want you to read your comment. What's that say? Because you want to be the verbiage police. Read my next comment. What's that mean? The one that's coming after that one. You didn't. Hey, we're talking. We got to be real specific with our language here, right? Next implies the upcoming message. Now, I knew you meant read my past message, but since we're being so, we got to be exact with our words. I did it to you on purpose. I knew you meant read my previous message or past message. I'll go back and read it. It's first print. Is that all you said? I already showed that to the screen, didn't I? Yeah, I already showed that. My Prez ETBs from the Facebook post I just sent you came in today. 97 out of 100 were clean. Buying more. Okay. I'm glad you got them. Let's talk after this, Pentex. Let's talk after this. My Pokemon plug uses bots. I hate them, but love them. Bro, it is what it is, honestly. This market, man, nobody's getting hundreds and thousands of these things unless you know a guy. I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, it is what it is. That's awesome, though, dude. I'm glad you didn't get scammed. That's always a plus. Why would DJ buy any AH-ETB case if it's stained? He's trolling, man. This is fun. Yes, this is fun. Appreciate you, Dio. I always see you around. Everyone uses bots. Yeah, it is what it is, bro. Everyone call your insurance company and get your Pokemon cards covered. 10K coverage policy for over $75 a year. What insurance company for collectibles? I don't want to give any recommendations or anything because I would hate for your collection to get ruined and be like, DJ told me I should use X insurance company. Plus, talking about insurance for me is like, I don't think I'd be liable at all, but I don't even want to like take the gamble on that one, to be honest. Is it too late to grab Prismatic ETB case? I mean, in my opinion, no. Obviously, yesterday was a better time than today, but that you got to decide that for yourself, man. It's almost $2,000, if not, right? He's not joking. The guy asked the question twice about the stain. Wait, are you guys talking about on my store? What? Hold on. Hello from Eugen? Is it Eugen? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm butchering your city. No disrespect. Oregon. Wow, you never get many people from Oregon. That's awesome, man. I think I've met 1 or 2 people in my entire life from Oregon. Shout out to Oregon. Pretty new into the hobby. So am I. I wish it didn't feel so sleazy trying to find product in the wild. You're not going to find product in the wild, man. You got to camp out. I did get lucky today and scored an AH-ETB and Pote. Never mind. You did great. Good for you, buddy. I hate Walmart. Yeah. Market sucks right now, right? For that kind of stuff. It is what it is, Wait for the sponsor to promote. I will not be getting an insurance company sponsor. I actually have been reached out on my crypto channel about that. But I denied them. DJ keeps all in his PSA vault. Eugene. Okay. That's a weird way to spell Eugene with an E. This person says it's with a Y. Man, English. Why do we spell things so weird? When I was reading Korean and like learning how to read Korean like many moons ago, they actually, I know this is a crazy concept for us English people, or English speakers, I should say, but they pronounce things the way they're read. I know, it's crazy, right? Like phone with a PH, just as a random example. What's a good price for a Prismatic ETB case? Here's the thing, man. Everybody's going to tell you a different answer. My mind thinks a little bit differently than other people. I can only answer this in my opinion. My opinion, market is considered the price, right? The price. Anything under market is a good price in my mind. Now, a lot of people will respectfully disagree with that. I understand that. But I think anything under market is a good one. Okay, I give up. LOL, you only read the first comment, not the second. Then said, what do you want me to say? Which is exactly what I said in the second comment. Run versus addition. Oh, I'd already shown that one, Mimic Brew. Yeah, all you wrote. Yeah, I'd already shown one. Maybe you missed it when I showed it on the stream already. And then I showed the other one the second time you mentioned it. Yeah. So to answer your question again, what's a good price, dude? That's really up to you. To me, I really value my time. There's no right or wrong answer, bro. Like in my opinion, how much do you value your time? Like for me, searching around, it's just not a good value for my time. I would rather spend $50 to $100 or $200 if it saves me time. But not everybody's like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't really have any. Okay, pretend this is like an ETB, right? For me, and again, this is just me, so do what's best for you. I would rather pay full market and get as many ETBs as I wanted, or like 95, 92. Like that's just me, because I can get as many as I want paying up. Now, everybody's situation is different. For some people, it's better to go to Target for 5 days in a row, not get anything, and on that sixth day, you get something or something, and you got it for MSRP. For me, that's just not good, right? Like I would rather not surf the internet for hours on end, trying to hit these restocks, trying to get a new one. For me, it's just time is money. Like all day, every day, I'm going to pay up. That's just me though. I would rather pay full market, get what I need, and I can, think about something else. To be fair, my my goals are probably not the same as yours, right? Like I'm thinking, how can I grow my business? How can I get this product in as quick as possible and out as quick as possible? But you're probably not in that position. So it might be ideal for you to wait, right? That being said, a lot of times people wait and they don't end up getting it, and then it rallies more, right? Who knows? Maybe Prismatic goes back to 200 real soon, right? And so like waiting wasn't the best thing for you. I can't really answer that for you. I'm just saying for me, I like to just pay up and get it over with. Time is money. I can always make more money, but I can never make more time. I'm getting older by the day, like literally. So are you, right? I'm 36. I'm an old man. And before I know it, I'm going to be 40 and then 45. So if I can save time and pay up a little bit of money, which I can make more money, I'll do that. But I'm sorry to answer that in a very long way. Do you think the Mars will get cheaper after booster? Mars. Oh, MA. Okay. Are you talking about from Ascended Heroes? Mega attack rares? That's what you're talking about? Okay. We'll get cheaper. Or are you talking about English? After booster bundles, or they're going to fall? I mean, for me, I can't answer this. I don't know the future, right? Like full disclosure, but I like some of the MAs. Like they're cool. They're cool. I've been nothing but wrong with Ascended Heroes, man. I'm honestly kind of done guessing with it. I thought the Pokemon centers would stay closer to 200 for a while. I was wrong on that. They went to 400, right? They never really pulled down at all. The ETBs I was wrong on. I was figuring, maybe they'd go to $90 after wave 2. They're at $140. I've literally just been wrong and wrong and wrong. What the hell do I know? I thought Gengar would cool off a little bit. Wrong again. Your guess is as good as mine, man. Ascended Heroes is just crazy, bro. Like Ascended Heroes is just doing what it wants, breaking all-time highs. I don't know. These are real terms and real business tubers. So I'm just trying to make sure he ain't throwing around the wrong lingo. Like it doesn't matter at all. Okay. All right. You win, Mimic Bro. You're good. You win, bro. I get it. You win. You're right. Okay, cool. Anyways, continuing on. You said I look 23? Oh, no, my hairline don't look 23. I appreciate the kind words, though. Ascended Heroes ETB at 130. Shrouded Fables ETB at 90. Yeah, I mean, for me, Shrouded Fables, you might as well just buy a Pokemon Center. I want to say it's the 130 range. Again, it changes by the day. I'm not sure. I would just pay up and buy a Pokemon Center. Like, same thing with Journey. Unless Journey recently has moved, it could have, to be honest. Let me see. Journey Together, ETB, Pokemon Center. Oh, wow. This really went up. When did this happen? Jeez. Wow. This really moved, man. I just haven't been paying attention to Journey Together. Wow, up 15% this month. 3 months, it's up 31%. Wow. Okay. Jeez, I don't know when that happened. Okay. I haven't been paying attention to Journey Together. I'm not gonna lie to you. That yeah, okay. I'll take that back. I don't even know if Shroud of Fables is still cheap. Maybe I'm just incorrect. Maybe DJ knows way more than you ever. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe Brew's a great guy. He knows more than me. I've always said that. Oh, please, no, no, whoa, whoa. Let's be very respectful. Maybe Brew's a great guy. I like him. I respect him highly. Mac ETBs dropping tonight at Walmart. I heard that yesterday. And then there was 1,000 of each product. Like, I don't know. I don't even look at it anymore, man. I know you aren't focused on investments right now. Not because I want to, full disclosure. I want to invest more, man. But, I got to listen to Brian on this one. He is right. Like, as Brian told me on a live stream, there's nothing that I own that is like so rare or sentimental. There's some sentimental things that I keep that, they're dollar cards, $5 cards I found with the kids, those sort of things, sure. But there's really nothing I own in my personal collection that is like, wow, I'll never be able to replace this in the bear run. And once he told me that, like that really stuck with me and that made a lot of sense. Like, what do I have behind me, bro? I got Prismatic. I got some Sword and Shield cases in the closet. I've sold a lot of those. There's nothing that I own in my PC that I can't buy again. I don't have a first edition booster box and stuff, from what's it called? Base set or something. I don't have anything that's like, wow, I could never replace, you know what I mean? Sword and Shield forward. So I could find all this stuff all over again. And I have to, do I have a problem selling it? I'm not gonna lie to you. I do a lot of the time. I love this stuff, man. Like, I don't like selling this stuff, bro. Like, when I got this collection in today, like, I get it. A lot of people, it's not old for them. They've been around the hobby for a while. But to me, this is awesome, bro. Like, I love seeing this stuff, man. Like Paldean Fates ETB. I've owned like 5 of these. I just love looking at it, man. I think it's so dope. Like, I don't want to sell this stuff, man. Like, it sucks, bro. Like, I really love this stuff, man. Like, this is so cool, man. Like, I love looking at this kind of stuff. Chilling Reign, like, I really look at this stuff and I'm like, damn, man, like, so cool. I really enjoy this stuff, man. So I don't like selling any of it, to be honest with you. I find it quite difficult, but Brian's right, man. Like, I am running a business and, I'll be able to buy all this stuff back in the bear run, I will. And I got to take care of what's important, unfortunately, but it does suck. It is hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. It is really hard. It's challenging to not open a lot more packs than I am. I will say the fact that I continue to get bad pulls over and over does help because it makes me feel really stupid afterwards when me and the kids open up, $100, $200 worth of product and we get, Badoo as the top card, so that does help me. I'm like, should have kept that sealed. Should have kept it right. And so I'm not gonna lie, man. I really am addicted to opening Pokemon. I controlled it a lot better than we were. I just like it, man. It's really fun. It's enjoyable, and it's great because I get to look at stuff I love. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think for me, everybody has a business for different reasons. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, making money is awesome. Like, of course, but I could make money doing anything. You know what I mean? I could buy more Bitcoin. I could buy more Tesla stock. I could buy the S&P 500. I could do those things, but it's really enjoyable. I like it, man. I get to see really cool shit all the time. Like I said, we're getting a huge collection this Saturday and I can't wait. I'm like so excited, bro. Like, I get to see more Lost Origin booster boxes and Chilling Reign and there Vivid Voltage. I don't remember. There's a bunch of other stuff that, yeah, sure, it's come through my hand and out my collection, but I enjoy it, bro. Like, it's really fun to look at, it's fun. But yeah, Journey Together is creeping up, man. 60 speaking facts. DJ, whoa. All right, guys, please don't hype me up. As I always say, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. We're learning every day. I've never once said I'm a know-it-all. Everybody knows more than me, like probably, literally. Probably most people in chat know more than me, so please don't hype me up, y'all. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but at least I'm honest, right? I always try to be honest with you guys. Prismatic ETB case or prismatic bundle case? Ooh, which sells better? Oh, they both sell so fast, bro. It's not even funny. I don't know. Anything prismatic sells, especially cases, just as fast. I would assume the demand is higher for ETBs just because, like it's something people want more, especially for the non-specialty set. So I think if I had 10 ETB cases and prismatic, and then I had 10 booster bundle cases, I think probably the ETB cases would sell out like, a little faster, but they both sell equally as fast. Anything, like I said, anything prismatic, anything Ascended Heroes, instantly gone. Doesn't matter what price you mark it at, because everybody knows it's going to be more expensive in a week. That could be a dangerous mindset, but that's what people think right now. Destin does sell pretty quick. Certainly not as fast as the other two, but it sells super quick. And a lot of good Sword and Shield sells pretty quick as well. How's Gem 4 sales going? Passing up Mega Dream? No, I wouldn't say passing. So I think I've sold 5 of the Gem 4 out of the 20. It's a slower sale, but I like having it on the store. It's very affordable. A lot of people, especially in this economy, don't have a lot of money for English, and that's why they go to Japanese. And then there's a lot of people who can't even afford Japanese. So I think, having something, how much am I charging right now? Like 34, 35 bucks. I think it's great. I really do. I think it's fantastic to have on the store. And is it a quick mover? No. But maybe you have a birthday coming up for your daughter or for your son or whatever, and you just don't have a lot of money. I do like having things like the Gem 4 on there, the Chinese version. So that way their kid gets to enjoy it, or hell, maybe you just want to treat yourself and you just don't have a lot of money. You got 35 bucks laying around or whatever. And unfortunately you can't afford a Mega Dream. I do like carrying it on the store. I think it's really nice. That's why I don't always say no to ancillary products. I like to have a little bit, not a lot on the store, but I get it. A lot of people cannot afford booster boxes, and hell, even a lot of these ETBs, they're very expensive. Most of them are over $100. Some are 140, 150, 170 range. So yeah, I like having a mix, a little bit of a mix, not too much, but always something. If you're a big baller, we're selling cases, right? So that you can come on the store, and every now and then we got cases for you. If you're maybe not quite a big baller, but you're kind of like, you're good in life, you're set, you're making good money, and you want to buy something for that $400 to $500 range, we got something for you. And then also, if you're like a dolphin, you got 100, 200 bucks to spend, there's something for you on the store as well. And then, like I said, maybe money's a little tighter, we got Japanese for you. And if money's really, really tight, we got a little bit of Chinese. So I like the mix, man. I really do. I do. And that's why we're going to probably continue to carry some Chinese, not a whole lot. I'm not going to buy a lot, but just something for everybody, man. Chilling Reign is the second best set in Sword and Shield. Ooh, you think so? Mr. Llama called. He said he's trapped in Tristram. Oh, Mr. Llama. Shout out to Mr. Llama. I don't know if you guys know him, Diablo 2 star. He stayed at my house in Korea for, was it 3 weeks or 4 weeks? Really nice guy. Really awesome guy. We went to the StarCraft Pro League. I forgot what it was called. This is many years ago, like 10 years ago. Damn, what do they call it in StarCraft 2? I don't know, but we used to go to the professional StarCraft 2 league. I used to go 3 times a week at one point when I was like really heavy into StarCraft 2, and I was like streaming on DJ Wars 22 StarCraft before I found my niche in Diablo 2. Those were the days, man. Those were fun times. I really enjoyed living in Korea. I lived in Korea for 7 years, if you guys didn't know that. Not all consecutively. So it was like a year, left, came back to America for my job, went back to Korea for my job for 3 years, came back, did 2. We just kept doing that. So that was really fun. Bro used to be ripping Bunch on stream, settled down after that Black Bolt White Flare. Dude, I opened so much Black Bolt. I opened so much Black Bolt White Flare that I master setted Black Bolt completely one time and almost master setted it 2 times. Almost. That's how much Black Bolt I opened, bro. White Flare, we never fully completed, but we got super close, bro. Like, I think down to like 4 or 5 cards. And it just got to the point where, when you're trying to master set and by opening, it's like the stupidest thing you could do. But damn, we had a good time. Me and the kids, we had fun, man. I'm gonna look back on my life and all the memories I have with the kids. I really don't regret it. It was fun, man. We pulled multiple Zekrom BWRs. All of them got nines. We pulled two of the regular Zekrom, well, not regular, uh, two SIRs for Zekrom. We pulled one Reshiram. We pulled one Seismitoad. I never pulled a Victini myself, but Nostalgianomics on his Rip and Ship did pull, I believe it's the Black Bolt Victini. I still have that. Yeah. So it was fun, man. It was fun. Self-found besides Victini, Black Bolt completion nearly twice. It took forever, bro. Like I'm talking Pokeballs, Master Balls. That's it. It was harder to get the Master Balls than anything. The Master Balls, in my opinion, were way harder to get for Black Bolt White Flare than the SIRs. Like I got multiple SIRs before I even got the Master Ball version. Got my case of Surging Sparks in today. Came double box. Thank God. Outside box was cut. Nice, bro. Where'd you get it? That's awesome. I'm waiting for a new Skyla card. The Japanese sleeves that show her legs. Oh. Skyla's. I don't know. Okay. I'm not going to comment on that. Did you ever just stare at a pic of Incineroar? Oh, I don't know how to say that. Incineroar? While you take a lighter to the Pokeballs? So you can imagine what it's like to be... No, can't say I've done that. Yo, XRP, what's up, buddy? Nerd Apocalypse. If you're just keeping the cash flow going for the business, at what point would an average person bank profit? Well, here's the thing with business in general. Now, this is a new business for me. This is not my first time having a business, but this is my, we're new to the Pokemon business, I would say. The thing is, if you start taking money out the business, you just hinder the business's growth. We're literally in our first year. We just started this. You know what I mean? So like to take out money and to use it, I just wouldn't, I'm not full-time Pokemon. I would love to one day once I retire from my job. But, at that point, sure, if you're living off the stuff, then unfortunately you can't keep rolling it into the business. But that's probably one of the worst things you can do is to, make 10 grand and say, well, I'm going to use 8 of that to put a down payment on a car. Like that's the stupidest thing you can do. Because if you think about it, if you continue to just keep churning and burning, some people say turn and burn, whatever. If you keep churning, eventually you'll get to the point where you could buy 5 of those cars. You know what I mean? So if you think really small time, like, yeah, I made all this money, let me take it out and spend it. You're an idiot, in my opinion, unless you genuinely need the money. That's a different situation. But if you don't need the money, you just don't use it. You just keep turning it into more money, right? And eventually you get to the point where, well, hopefully anyways, we haven't got to that point, but eventually, hopefully we get to that point where, you could buy big purchases, or multiple of the things that you want. And so, yeah, once you pull the plug, once you start taking money out, it's dangerous, man, because you might do it once and you might do it twice and you might find another reason. And you got to be well capitalized. Now, I can't speak for selling singles and slabs. Again, that's a totally different ball game. I went for a sealed product, which I do not recommend starting off at all. It is by far the most challenging. It is definitely the most challenging you could do. It's going to be the most expensive thing you could do. I do not suggest doing sealed product at all, personally. Now, if you want to sell your own collection, that's totally different. But how do you get more of it, right? So I would say do what Pokey says, do what Dan Catch 'em All Collectibles says. People who actually know what they're talking about, not me. Dan made a great video, and I think it's an hour long. It might be 2 hours long. Don't quote me. But he starts for, his first 12 months of business, starting from the very beginning, what he would do. Month 0, well, I guess it's month 1, but whatever. Month 1 all the way to month 12. Check your DMs. All right. Mimic Brew, I love you. I feel like animosity from you towards me. I have none towards you. I love you. Just know I love you. Whatever it is, I'll apologize. I'm sorry. I love you. Just know I love you, Mimic Brew. That's all I'm saying. I love you. Just remember that. No matter what you remember, just remember I love you. Okay? I'm going to say it to you in Korean. 사랑해요. Put yo on there. If you guys didn't know yo, you probably don't know because you didn't live in Korea. If you put yo, it shows respect. Look at that. You could just say 사랑해, but I put yo on the end. That's how much I respect you. 60, stop that. Stop that. That's my boy right there. Are you going to open it or resell it at some point? I must have missed the context. Oh, David. Okay, where's David at? Got a case of surging for 13. Oh, that's good. I'm pretty sure that's great, right? Let me see. 1,300 divided by 6. 216. Wow, that's a steal. Dude, well played. I mean, this is the nicest way possible, but why did you buy the Journey Together ETB case if it's just going to sit without any buys? Are you talking about me? Okay, so I bought that. Okay. All right. We have to rewind this. So hold on. That was for my personal collection, which again, Brian convinced me that I probably should sell the personal collection, or at least most of it, to fund my actual business. So that was not something that I bought for the business. Let me see if I have a photo. Let me see. I don't have a photo of it. I could have sworn I took a photo. Whatever. That's for my personal collection. So I was going to sit on it, right? The Journey Together. I know Journey Together is going to be worth a lot of money, right? Same with my Twilight. I sold that. I didn't want to. I mean, I probably made $300 on it. I really believe in Pokemon over the long term, even the bad sets. Obviously, the better sets are going to be more money in the long term. But I bought a lot of, dude, I have Mega Base. I got Phantasmal Flames, ETB. I buy a lot of the bad set. Well, at the time, believe it or not, Phantasmal Flames was not good. Okay. I tried selling those for $75 shipped. Nobody wanted them, bro. I couldn't sell them to save my freaking life. So yes, I know they're hyped up again. They were hyped up in the beginning, but there was like a month or two where nobody would touch Phantasmal Flames ETB. Crazy to think about, because Phantasmal Flames right now, if you put that on your store, instantly liquidated. But no, I did not buy Journey Together for the store. I bought that for the PC. I try my best to buy one of all the cases, and I just threw them in my closet, you know, because I knew I took the Rudy approach. And I said, I'm not going to try to predict the future. I'm just going to find out. Like I had Shrouded Fable ETB case. Not because I was like, wow, Shrouded Fable is so good, but I just didn't want to predict the future. So I just kind of bought one of everything, and the better sets I bought a lot more of, you know, to answer your question. But yeah, that's why I put it on the store. It's not because I bought it for the store or anything. If I sent you a sealed prismatic case, would you sell it to me for $100 fee or 95% like Probstein? Probably not, to be honest with you, because if I do the math, I probably wouldn't even make close to $100. Let me tell you why. So let's just pretend it goes for 2,000. I know it's going for a little less. I'm just saying by the time it gets to me, right? So Shopify takes out 3% off the bat. That's $60. So if I sell it for 100% or 95% or whatever, I lose $60 to fees from Shopify right off the bat. So in theory, best case scenario, I'd make $40. However, now, what else have I done? I've also created a taxable event. You see? So everybody's taxes are different. Every state's different. Every county's different, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into all that. I can tell you for me, it's about 6.1%. Right? So no, it wouldn't make sense for me, unfortunately. What I like to do, though, is I like to buy things off people. I found that to be a lot better. I've had people try to consign with me. Great offers. I had somebody offer me $100,000 sealed collection. He said, DJ, take 5%. And I said, that's such an amazing offer. Thank you so much. However, I wouldn't even make 5%. 3% would go to Shopify fees. I'd pay 6% on $100,000, right? Which is $6,000. I would lose money. So that's why I appreciate the offers that people that reach out. You could do that with someone else that's more positioned or well-positioned, like Dan, Catch 'em All Collectibles, maybe Probstein, like you said, which I probably wouldn't trust Probstein. They have a really bad name. You do what you want. I'm not here to judge, but I probably wouldn't use them. But yeah, you can trust Dan, and they're going to get a much better fee, right? I don't know Dan's official percentage, but a lot of the times when you can sign with them, at least for the cards, I don't know how the sealed works, but I believe they can get you 95% landed, which I would assume means obviously his percentage is somewhere between 1 and 4 or 5%, right? So you would want, if that's your goal, you would want to work with one of them. Consignment through me, I'm a very small business, right? Like, let's be honest, people come to me because they like what we're doing. They like the channel. They just like supporting us, bottom of the end of the day, they just like what we're doing. They know they can make more money with other people. You know what I'm saying? But people just like the channel. They like what we're doing. They like our small operation, our small business. And that's why they come to us. But not everybody does. I get it. So no, just to be 100% transparent, if you can get 95 from Probstein, I would do that, because I would not be able to, unfortunately, help you with that. Probstein model only works because he only paid 1% fees. Yeah, like I don't, I don't have that, right? So unfortunately, and to be honest with you, I forgot your exact question. Wasn't it like $100,000 worth of sealed? Let me see. That's a lot of work, bro. For 5%, I would not do that. Dude, it's a lot of risk. Like, taking on $100,000 collection for 5%, I just would never do that also, even if it truly was 5%, because I have to pay for all the boxes. Now, depending on the box, like if it's a cheap box, like an 8x8x4, which fits one ETB comfortably, that cost me 66 cents. It's not the end of the world. But if I have to send something this large, the box is like $2, sometimes $2.50. If I have to send a big box, those cost me $4 to $4.50, right? And you got to think, how many times do I have to pay for those boxes on $100,000 collection? How much money do I have to pay in bubble wrap, which isn't the most money in the world, but it adds up, right? And then more importantly, how many times am I going to be charged back on that, right? That 5%, it's just not, it doesn't do anything for me, right? If one person charged me back on one booster box, I'm fucked. I lose money. So, and more importantly than any of those things, even the risk and chargebacks and fraud and USPS losing the package and going through the drama, more importantly, my time, right? Like, how long would it take me to sell a $100,000 collection? How many times would I have to go to the post office? How much gas would I spend? It's just too much. It just wouldn't be worth it. But thank you for asking and considering me. Hidden Fates is the greatest set of all time. Remember that? I do not remember that. I was not around. Oh, that was a joke? I thought you were serious. I'd give 20 to 25% if someone did that for me. Yeah, $100,000 collection, personally, depending on what it is, it really, it all depends on what it is. I wouldn't pay over 80 if it was, all evolving sky, who's going to give you that? But that kind of thing, I probably would pay 85%, but it's not because it's not worth it. It's not because I couldn't make money. It's just I could find a better collection and make more money. You see what I'm saying? Like, the options right now are really good. I'd say we're blessed. I'm not religious. So, but that'd be like the best word to insert. What do people say that aren't religious? Blessed is like the perfect word, but again, I'm not religious, but fortunate. I don't even want to say fortunate, because I put a lot of hard work into this channel. It's not like I got lucky or something. I just do I just grind every day. So I don't even want to say I'm lucky or something. That sounds silly. But we're in a good position right now on the store, on the YouTube. And I could just find a better collection and make better, easier gains. You know what I mean? Question. So you're saying you would do it for 90%? No, I wouldn't. No, it's not worth my time. No, because it's not 90% for me, right? As I've explained to you, 3% goes to Shopify. I have to pay taxes on that. I'd probably profit like 1 to 2%. No, I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I take on all the risk, all that. It's not worth my time. Unfortunately, it's just not. Deserved? What's up, Card Hype? How you doing, buddy? Would you do it for 50%? Oh, hell yeah. Nobody's going to do that, but hell yeah. 50%? Absolutely. Oh, 100%. Nobody's going to do that. Oh, absolutely, brother. 100%. Prosperous? I don't think prosperous would be the right word in this situation. We care not what the heathens think. That's fine. I respect everybody, whatever you believe or don't believe. I'm not here to talk about any of that. Rewarded? Okay. I don't know. I feel like blessed is just the perfect word. Like, like fortunate. That's kind of what blessed means, I suppose. I don't. Let's not get into that. That's not what this channel's about. Um, we're getting off rail here. What do you guys get? W streams as always. Well, thank you very much, man. Like I said, we didn't stream yesterday. I forget why. Why didn't we stream? I was really tired from work, man. Like yesterday's work was crazy, bro. But guess what? Tomorrow's Friday. So I'm going to the closest Granger. Have you ever heard of Granger? That's something I recently found out from Pokey Relaxing. Have you ever heard of Pokey Relaxing? He's a great YouTuber. He's awesome. I love watching him. He talks relaxing, right? Like it makes sense for his YouTube channel. And he actually gave me a shout out, and he's like, DJ, I was listening to you, and you know how boxes are really expensive. I know you use Uline, and sometimes you try Amazon and stuff, but have you tried Granger? And he's like, it can save you a bunch of money with Geico insurance. No. Granger can save you a ton of money if they're close to you. So I Googled it, and guess what? There's one like 45 minutes for me, 40, 45, depending on traffic from me. So I was like, oh, this is amazing. So not only are their prices significantly cheaper than Uline, I'm hoping the quality's similar. We'll see. But also, I can just go to them, pick it up, and not pay $300 to $500 like I do a Uline. Because the closest Uline to me, I believe, is Pennsylvania. So they drive it from Pennsylvania all the way to Virginia, which who knows how long that is. They have to buy this huge truck and blah, blah, blah. That cost me $300 to $500. So, I'm spending, depends on the batch, 700. The biggest batch I did was $1,300 worth of boxes, but then I'm spending 500 in shipping, right? So it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, I'm going to try this out, and hopefully I get to pick it up tomorrow from Granger, depending on work. I don't know if I can get out of work. I'm going to try my best, but it's awesome, man. Like this might be the play for me. So yeah, just going there. And unfortunately I still had to pay taxes, which sucks. So I'm going to talk to them in person tomorrow. I have everything in my email. I'm going to be like, hey, can we do tax exempt? Because if I could do tax exempt, bro, this is where I'm going to get all my boxes. Just drive 40, 45 minutes and just pick them up, and they're ready in like I don't know, a day or two, which is fantastic. So that might be the play. Jay, what's up, buddy? I think you said hi to me earlier. I apologize. I was ranting like I always do. DJ's the golden boy. Golden boy. Oh no, I'm not a golden boy. Listen, I appreciate the high praise. I am not deserving. As I always say in all my videos, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But well, guess what? We're going to learn along the way. And that's what we're doing. We learn by the day. I learn from people who know more than me every week, every day. As I always say, probably 99% of the people watching know more than me. I don't even know why you watch me. Maybe I'm just entertaining. But hey, we're trying to learn. And eventually we might be really good. Pokey Relaxing, I like him, as I said. And Pokey King Shop, yes. I recently found him. I gave him a couple of shout outs. Please check out Pokey King Shop. He does really big pallet purchases. I would assume, right? Got a big distro account, blah, blah, blah. I find that stuff really interesting. I know they do a lot of CGC plays. They apparently have a nice eBay store and all that stuff. So I wish him all the best. And I really enjoy watching his content. Gives you some great knowledge that a lot of people do not. Do you have any security tips for securing your sealed stuff at home? Pew pew. I don't know. Security cameras, the Ring camera. I really don't, man. Be careful where you live. Even you could still live in a good place and still get robbed, but be careful where you live. I don't have any like crazy security tips for you. Try your best to live somewhere safe. And even then, people can still do bad things to you, which sucks. But try to take the best precautions you can, not tell people. How do you join the Discord? It's in the description, isn't it? Let me see. I got you, boy. You can also check me out on Instagram. Dude, that's a tough one, right? Like, try to live in a good neighborhood. Like I said, even then, you can still get robbed. Most importantly, don't tell people you sell Pokemon. My kid loves to tell the whole freaking town that I sell Pokemon. Thankfully, he told, to my knowledge, only good people. But like, tell your kids, like, don't ever tell people you sell Pokemon. You don't want anybody knowing. The less people you know, the less people that know what you do, the better. Yeah, for sure, man. Like that's a tough one. That's a scary one. Don't tell anybody what you do. I don't tell anybody what I do, to be honest with you, ever. I don't like people come to my house. Yeah, just try to keep it on the low. There's a couple people that I trust that do know what I do, but I trust them. I've known them and they're good people and they've been good to me. But yeah, really don't tell people what you do and what you have. That's what I would say. Invest in a light box to get quality photos for your shop. You know, you are so right. The thing is, go. You're not wrong. 100%. I have lighting. It's crazy, bro. I have a $4,000 camera right here. I could take great photos. Instead, I'm too busy, bro. Like, you're not wrong at all. What I do is I'm just too busy, bro. I use my dog shit Samsung. I take a photo like this, and I upload it and it sells out so fast. There's no point. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, I could sit there and use my DSLR, take these incredible photos and upload them. And there's no point, bro. Like, the shit sells out so quick. There's no point. Now, if I had 50 of an item, I would agree with you 100%. That would make sense. 20 of an item, but I can't get enough supply that that thing's only going to be on there for a few minutes generally anyways. There's no point of like taking my DSLR, getting the memory card, uploading it to the computer, let it download, freaking go on to Shopify, crop this nice photo for you guys. It doesn't make sense. It sells out either way. People don't care. People don't care. But you're right. You're right. I should do that. Maybe long term, I would do something like that. But I'm too busy, bro. As I've said, I've said many times, I'm up to my neck right now, bro. This business is barely surviving, but it's challenging and I like it. It is good. We're growing every day. I'm figuring out new ways to grow exponentially and figuring it out. You know what I mean? So if I had more time, that's why I'm doing the videos I am. Full disclosure. I used to do videos, Type 22. If you watched me just a couple months ago, I would use my DSLR. I would stand it up. I would talk back here. I would have flashy things, much better quality stuff than I'm doing now. I have found that my business suffers and I can't make enough content and run the business if I'm doing higher quality videos. Unfortunately, right? Like, but if I just take my phone, use my dog shit camera, hit play, I can give you guys a 15-minute video. The views are just as good as the other one. It doesn't really matter. Nobody gives a shit, bro. And to be honest with you, you don't have to do all this flashy stuff. I literally get as many views, if not more, from just a talking head video like Rudy style. And then I can straight up upload it to YouTube. I don't put any work into it, any effort. And I can do daily videos that way. And it grows my business more than me, putting all this time and effort into it. And yeah, people don't care, bro. Like, what I've noticed is for this demographic of people, they tend to be older. That's what my analytics say. And older people don't care. Older people don't need flash. Let me know if you guys agree with that. They don't need, highly edited, nice this, nice that. They're older, like me. I don't give a shit, bro. 99% of the time, I'm not even watching the YouTube video. I'm listening to the YouTube video because I'm so busy, right? I got it playing in the background and I'm, getting packages done. I don't even know what they're showing me. So I think a lot of people are in that situation. A lot of people tell me they're listening to me while they drive. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even look at it. They just, audio is really what matters. DJ, if someone sold you a resealed ETB, would you go to their house to teach them? What the fuck? No, absolutely not. But people mail it to me. So I would so far, to my knowledge, we've not got anything fake. You'd be an idiot to send me something fake because I don't pay until I verified it. So you'd be stupid to do that because I'd give you one of two options. I'd say, look, man, I think this is fake. Either you can pay the shipping and I'll send it back to you, or I'm just going to throw it in the trash. What do you want to do? Because it is what it is at that point. Like, you're not getting paid for some fake shit. You know what I'm saying? That hasn't happened, but that's how I would treat that situation. So no, I don't really deal with people locally. Local is just too much of a time waste for me. And to be honest, my local area sucks anyways. So, if my local area was in a more populated area, then there'd be more people. But my area is pretty dead, to be honest with you. There's not a lot of people selling Pokemon, at least from my understanding. You have to drive to one of the major cities or something. I'm not doing that. Anytime I have to get in my car, I'm wasting time. What I need to do for my business at this stage of my business, honestly is just make YouTube videos. Like that's what matters. The more videos we make, the more collections we get. The more collections you get, the more sales you get. The more video, you see what I'm saying? I need to sit in this chair or be downstairs packing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I need to do. If I have to go drive, meet this person, meet that, just a big time waste. The same amount of collections could come in the mail to my door, to my front door. You know what I mean? So you can't really scale local as well, which I don't like. Making this video right now, we got 147 people, right? But on the tail end of this, a lot, I don't know, these days we're getting around 1.5 to 2,000 views on our live streams. Like, obviously, that's not all live viewers, but even people are watching the past broadcast. So that's 1 to 2,000 people that I put my message out to. Now, statistically, I would say, I don't know, 1 to 2% of them are going to reach out to me and say, hey, DJ, I got a collection. You see what I'm saying? So I couldn't do that in real life. I can't go on Facebook and talk to 1 to 2,000 people. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. So the energy like out there is just a waste of time. It really is. Do you enjoy vending? I love vending. I do. I really enjoy vending. I'm going to stop vending. This next show in May will probably be my final one for a while. I love vending, man. Like I like talking to people. I like talking about Pokemon. I like doing deals. I like when young people come to me and they try to hustle, and it inspires me, it motivates me. And, you know, even if they're like lowballing me, some 12-year-old kid, I appreciate, excuse me, I appreciate the hustle. I really do. Because I was a young hustler myself. Now, I wasn't out there trying to lowball people or anything, but I was a young hustler ever since I was a kid. So I like seeing the youth, you know, like make these crazy plays. When I was at 703, which is one of the biggest shows as a vendor, when I was there, what month was that? February? Dude, there was this kid that had 20 grand and he was probably 12 or 13, at a $20,000 collection. And he's like, hey, do you want to buy any of this for 90%? And I was like, how old are you? And again, I forget if he said if he was 12 or 13. I was like, dude, you have like 20 grand. He's like, yeah, I started when I was 7. And I was like, that's so cool, bro. Like that shit is so motivating. Like there's my kids, you know, who just open packs, and then there's other young hustlers who out here really getting it, you know, start from the bottom. And maybe some of them start with parents' money, but some of them really do start from the bottom. You know, they might just start going to shows and make little deals. And by the time they're 22, they're multimillionaires. I really appreciate that. And I respect the hustle. Like I've said many times, there's a guy right now blowing up on YouTube. His first video, it was titled 22-year-old buys $300,000 worth of Pokemon. That shit motivates me, bro. I'm like, damn, this dude 22 years old moving around in 2 videos, $500,000 in 2 videos, $500,000. And then he did another video, I think 400K at Collecticons, 22 years old. You know what I mean? Like, wow, this dude's doing 30K deals, 100K deals, 70K deal, 50K deals. And he makes like 5% on each one. And he's just making money. And I'm like, wow, crazy, bro. When I was 22, I just started trading stocks, trying to learn, experimenting. And these kids already figured out by the time they're freaking 22, 20. Like, wow, man. It's crazy what you put your mind to. You know, you can be a young kid, you know, and make it with 6 figures, have more money than your parents. It's crazy, bro. And no, I appreciate and respect the hustle. I really do. You think the Zekrom Pokemon Center promo will stay above the Eevee? Are you talking about this one? Now, I don't have the Pokemon Center. Personally, I think this is a phenomenal promo. I'm also a huge Zekrom fan. I'm also an N fan. This is what you're talking about? I love this card to death, man. This card is so cool. Oh, the centering's... Yeah, never mind. It's not perfect. I thought it was perfect. A little right heavy. I love this card, man. Personally, gorgeous card. I love N. That's my guy right there. Zekrom. I love Zekrom. I love that they're always paired. Like, yeah, he owns him, right? Or whatever you want to call that relationship. I love it. I love everything about this card. The Eevee card's cool. That's a far better card. Look at this. This is phenomenal. I love the art on this. Are you kidding me? Look at the thing behind Zekrom. Like, I don't know exactly what that is. Like a kind of like a tube or going through space and time. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it is awesome. I love this card. Absolutely. Fantastic. I think it's a way better card than the EV for sure. Undoubtedly. But tomato. Some people prefer EV, right? Like art's art, subjective. Some people, like Ditto more or something. I don't know. Let's see. I already read that. Vending, excuse me. Vending is just a trade up challenge for 30-year-olds. No. I enjoy vending. I really do. I'm good at it. Very good at it. I just find only 51 likes. That's messed up. Let's see. Are we really at 51 likes? 53 now. Thank you very much. Please hit the like. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Now, vending's fun, man. But it's not vending that's the problem. It's the lead up to it and after that's the problem. There's been a few times where I've done 2-day shows, really big shows. I came home with like $6,000, but it took up 16 hours just in show, just standing there, driving to the place, 4 hours total between both days. But the days leading to was like 10 to 15 hours of pricing cards. And so when you factor in all those hours, making $6,000 is nothing, like on my store last Saturday, we did 13,000 in sales sitting in my garage with a webcam and a webcam mic, or not a webcam mic, a laptop mic. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to justify vending because it absorbs so much of my time. And then also, not to mention, when I do a Saturday and Sunday show, I'm dead, bro. I'm old. I'm 36. So when I go back to work Monday morning, I'm exhausted. You know what I mean? I'm freaking like, I'm at work. I got to be at work at 5:30 in the morning, right? So I'm like this Monday morning. I don't get home till 9 p.m. I'm like, oh, I'm dehydrated. I'm exhausted. It's just, it even affects me Monday. It's just negative in every way. It's not good. We aren't old, bro. 36 is old as shit. Are you kidding me? That's old, bro. I'm almost, I'm old, bro. I'm almost 40. Use my referral. Okay, all right now. Hold on. Let me ban this person. That's our first time having a bot. Hold on. Did they not get banned? Hold on. We banned them, right? Oh, I didn't ban them. What the heck? Oops. Oh, look like. Yeah. I ain't know that going on. I'll be 36 in a few weeks. Bro, you're in denial stage. It's okay. It's okay to be old, man. What's wrong being old? There's nothing wrong with being old. Everybody gets old one day. It sucks. I'm not saying it's like a good thing, but it is what it is, man. There's nothing you can do about it. It happens to the best of us, So, I mean, they just dropped Illustration Series 2. Oh, really? And they literally sold out instantly. This hobby is going crazy right now. Dude, that's going to be wild. Oh, man. You guys got it already in Australia? Oh, buddy. Let me know how the prices are. I do like Gen 2 now. When I was a kid, I hated Gen 2. I did not like Gen 2. None of my friends liked Gen 2. That's what killed Pokemon for us, to be honest with you, was Gen 2. We were so hyped up for Gen 2. To be fair, I believe we were in high school at that point. Don't quote me. Was it high school? I don't know. Maybe it was middle school. Whatever. I just remember all of us being so excited for Gen 2 as a kid. And we're like, yeah, baby. And then we got it and we were like, what the hell is this shit? It was like a copycat, right? So I remember the main one was Togepi, which I do like Togepi now as an adult, which is kind of weird. But when I was young, I hated it. It was like they were trying to replace Pikachu with like this character that follows you around, and then like Ceraquil and all this stuff was like a fake Charmander, and there was like the fake Blastoise. There's a fake Squirtle and the fake Bulbasaur, and it was like a copycat, and it just felt like a replica. It didn't feel unique. It didn't feel like they created something fresh. Looking back at it as an adult, I'm like, okay, I get it. I get what we're doing. We're just going for fire type. So of course it kind of looks similar. But understand, at least where I grew up, back when Pokemon first started, it was not well received at all. At all. All my friends quit and me because Gen 2. We were like, this is garbage. What is this trash? Blah, blah. But again, you don't know what you don't know. And now as an adult, I do enjoy it. I think I saw Pokegator in here, didn't I? Could have sworn I saw him. Yeah, I see him. Yo, what's up, dude? Wife is always right. Hey, what's up, buddy? I always see you on your bicycle. How are you doing, buddy? DJ, I'm getting married next week. Any advice? Buddy, the big commitment. All right. It is a very large commitment. For me, I married a Korean woman from Korea. So not Americanized at all. It was quite the shocker. I got married very young as well. I got married 22, 21, 22, 22. I think 22. So, I was young, right? Just able to drink, blah, blah, blah. So I used to go out with the boys. She was cool with it before I got married. It was fine, and I didn't stay out super late or anything like midnight or something. It wasn't crazy. So then we got married. And then I think that weekend I was like, all right, I'm going out, baby. And she's like, no, you're not. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, it's fine, right? I always go out with the boys. You lit me. Like, you're married now. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, no, the boys are waiting. We already said we're going out. What's wrong? I've been doing that. You're cool. It was like, no. Now, to be fair, things are different. Marrying a Korean than an American, the culture difference, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into all that. But for me, it was like 180, bro. Like, yeah, it was a very, very different night and day difference for sure, 100%. But it's been great. We've been married ever since. Married like 14 years. What year is this? I think 14 years. I don't remember, bro. It's been forever. It's been great. Beautiful. When people, it's going to be challenging. Just know that, but it's worth it in the end. When people say they don't like being old, there's a quote. I mean, I don't like being old, but it is what it is. It happens. Okay. My knees be hurting. Question: do you keep anything for PC or just churn and burn? Okay. It is quite the challenge, I will admit, keeping things for the PC. I don't want to sell things for my PC because all my PC is fantastic. Like, for me, anyways, in my opinion. Obviously, it's like my PC, right? I don't want to sell things for the PC because I own a lot of really good stuff. Prismatic, like the best of the best sets. Of course, I have a couple things mixed in. I've sold off a lot of it, and like stuff like this, I don't sell. I do sell when there's not enough inventory. I think I talked about this the other day. I'm learning so much about business, specifically an online business and like what works and what doesn't. Before, I would like put all the stuff on the store at once, and then I would find my store would be empty. I think the longest I went for my store truly being empty was like 8 days, and that caused me so much stress. Right, a lot of stress when the collections were drying up a little bit, or people were being a little unreasonable with the pricing, or it just wasn't working out properly. Yeah, I had a dry spell of like 7 or 8 days. I forget what month that was, January, February, whatever the hell it was. And that was tough, bro. That was really challenging. So now I've kind of learned, okay, keep the good stuff. Keep some of the good stuff. So that way, if a collection doesn't come in that week, no problem, right? Who wouldn't want prismatic evolutions ETBs? These things sell out instantly. SPCs, booster bundles, other hot things that I have. I'm saving those for a rainy day. If a collection doesn't come in, or if the price goes up a bunch, I'll sell them, but like the prices come down. So it doesn't make sense, right? But like if it goes back to 200, maybe I'll sell a handful, right? Maybe I'll say a handful of the bundles, or, whatever it is. I've been learning to balance it. It is so much more important, as Brian always says, to not have an empty store. And I can tell you from personal experience that is a terrible feeling to have an empty store. When you come on to DJ's Poke Center, dude, we got a lot of stuff, a ton of stuff. And like I said, I uploaded tons of stuff today, but like you got 151, you got 151, 151, you got Mega Base, Phantasmal Flames. If you're on a budget, look at that, $17. That's a steal. You got this for under market, Ascend of Heroes tin. These just sold out. But we got Build and Battle, Sword and Shield. We got Japanese 151. We got Celebrations, Astral Radiance, more Sword and Shield, ETBs. If you want to open a bunch of packs, the Charizard, you got First Partner on, blah, blah, blah. You get my point. Look at this, bro. This is good for if you're on a budget. They got $6.50 packs. You got Japanese booster bundles, booster pack. No matter your budget, big or small, I got something there. You know what I mean? So it might not be something you want that day, but at least when you come on the store, there's something there. And literally one time for 7 or 8 days, I think I had one product because everything sold out and I priced too low. And this is another thing I've learned with the balancing, right? You have to be able to balance the price. If you make your prices too cheap, it will all sell out. Your store's empty. And that's worse. That's the worst scenario is fire selling all your stuff, especially your good stuff, getting the money because now you have nothing on the store. That's the worst feeling. If you go to an LGS the first time and there's nothing there, okay, it's a bad impression, you leave. The second time, you might not come back for a third time. Maybe some people do. You come back the third time, and there's nothing there for Pokemon. You probably just never come back. It's the same thing with the store, right? You come to my store, you know what? Maybe you didn't like something that week. But like I said, we got things ranging from like $15 up to $1,000, right? Sometimes $2,000, depending on the case. There's always something there. But if you come and every time you come, there's nothing there, you just stop coming. So balancing that is so important. And I think this is all good to have because, again, if it becomes dry and nobody's selling their collection that day or that week or whatever, guess what I have? I got tons of stuff you still want. So I'm trying to learn that. I'm getting better at that. We're learning day by day, week by week, month by month. I'm not perfect, but we're getting so much better, bro. Like, I honestly think just April 9th, like March 9th, I'm probably 3 times better than I was just in 1 month. I genuinely believe that, man. Like, and I think by May, I'm probably going to be 50% better than I was in April, and just learning what works, what doesn't, how to balance it. Your first year of business for sure is just figuring stuff out, DJ, how do you expect to make more? How do you expect to make more money from your business model in a bear market? Great question. I get asked this all the time. I've asked people that actually know what they're talking about, like Dan. So when I did that live stream with Dan, he made up a really good point. He said, you have to understand, if you're buying collections, you'll always make money because your percentage changes, right? So let's pretend even in the bear market, I'm going to say worst case scenario, Prismatic Evolution ETB goes to $100. Okay. Well, in a bear run, if things are really that bad, okay, this is a fake scenario, I wouldn't be buying at 80% because in the bear run, you no longer pay 80%, right? Dan says, and other people too confirm this, that run businesses in the bear run, you don't pay 80% anymore. You pay like 60, right? So the percentage actually increases for you. Now, there are less customers, 100%. But if you know the market on TCG or eBay is $100 for Prismatic Evolution ETBs, well, I'm picking them up for 60. I'm just going to throw them on the site for 80. You'd be an idiot to use TCG Player or eBay. You see what I'm saying? So the 60% I've been told during the bear run was like overpaying. And that's crazy to think about because I've never got a collection for lower than 70% because I've always been in the bull run. That is, when you buy a collection for 70%, there's so much margin to be made. When I'm buying at 80, 85, yeah, I mean, there's some margin for sure, right? There is, but it's not, 70%. I could only imagine buying 50% to 60%. That's what's going to happen, guys, right? More than likely, I don't know the future, but that's what they tell me is when the bear run comes, forget about it. There isn't a bunch of people buying your collection anymore. That shit dries up. You know what I mean? And so you got to go to somebody like Dan or me or whoever that wants to get the burden of your collection. Because right now, taking your collection is not a burden, right? It's great. If you're a seller right now, you have all the power in the world. Everybody wants it. There's probably 20,000 people that would love to buy your collection, blah, blah, blah. But in the bear run, so they tell me anyways, there's not a whole bunch of people trying to buy your shit. And it's hard. It's like pulling teeth, So, oh, my man, he's here. Pokey Charlotte. I probably still butchered your name. I'm so sorry. I love watching your videos, man. Wave 2 for poster collection and PO ETBs hit distro in Canada today. Nice healthy supply of AH starting next week. Let's go. Oh, Pokegator, I got to read your comments. You've been saying a lot. Let's see. It's a shift. Wife definitely wiped me into shape and they're being fighting, but damn, I'm the best man because of her. There you go. How are you hurting? How are you hurting? Laugh my ass off. I'm going to sign you up to the gym. What? It's not about the gym, bro. I'll tell you offline what I do for work. I have you got to think, bro. Well, I don't really want to say what I do for work. I'll tell you offline. I do a very physical job. I know you're not investing, but if you were, what would be your strategy? I want to invest. I got to take care of the business. I would buy the best sets. I would have a little bit of exposure to some of the unpopular ones. Like I said, that's what I was doing when I was investing more. I didn't buy a lot. Bought like one case of Twilight ETBs. Bought one a Journey, just to have some exposure because you just never know what's going to be the next big thing. But really focusing on the good stuff like Prismatic. Maybe not 151 at the moment, but like obviously in the past you would have bought some 151, Send a Hero, stuff like that, and then maybe a little exposure to some of the other stuff. Yeah, and just not trying to predict the future. You just never know. That's what Rudy always says. He's been doing this for over 20 years. I'm sorry, but I'm always going to listen to Rudy. I'm not going to like blindly listen, but I'm going to consider what he has to say first. I've been doing this for over 20 years. He knows what the hell he's talking about. But I don't blindly listen, but I at least consider it. People in the 3 to 5 year range, I'm sure they know way more than me. However, when you get to the 10-year range, like Dan, Catch 'em All Collectibles, I think he's been doing this for 12. It's a whole different league, right? People, like I said, I've been doing this for about a year and some change. People of 3 to 5 years know a lot more than me, but then 10 years know way more than people doing this 3 to 5 that came in Sword and Shield. And then obviously Rudy knows way more than those people doing it 10, so I try my best to listen to people who've been doing multiple bear runs, multiple bull cycles. About to hop on the bike now. Just wanted to pop in. That's what's up, man. Good luck. Price USD or Canadian? I'm all USD, right? Got my Prismatic SPC today in the mail from eBay. Perfect box and no rips or tears. Nice, dude. Congrats. Your security or secretly a Pokemon inside? Who is? Let's see. Can buy 10 ETBs only. How many Ascended and how many Prismatic? I would probably do 50-50. It also depends on the time horizon, I would say as well. But I don't want to predict the future, bro. Half and half. Why risk it? Both top tier sets. I love them both. I don't want to guess the future. I don't want to say like this is going to be the best thing. I would just do 10 and 10 or 5 and 5. Don't predict the future and just see what happens. Just forget you own this shit. That'd probably be the best thing for me. But again, do what works for you guys. All right, I gotta go. I love you guys. Please join the Discord. Check us out on Instagram and all that good stuff. I need to go eat and hang out with the kids a little bit before they sleep. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I can't answer any more questions. I do apologize. See you guys in the Discord potentially a little bit later. And have a great day. Thank you so much, everybody. Great stream. Goodbye. Woo woo.